Okay, I meant to do Planet Mercenary last week, but I was playing Combat Evolved with Margaret. I guess I should do that today. But I also have this quick start book for Shadow Dark. I'll do that one later. For now, let's do the Planet game.
I think I've seen this game way back when I was with the Warriors. I didn't read it, I just saw it on the shelf before I torched it.
You didn't take any of the books off the shelf?
Yeah, I took a few books, mostly engineering and theoretical physics books.
Sounds both boring and incredibly exciting. I want to see some of those engineering books, but I doubt you still have any of them, right?
Unfortunately not, no. I didn't even bring my armor with me when I came to the Death Watch. Literally, totally naked. I didn't know I was expected to paint over my armor black when I went to the Watchmaster at the time. How long ago was that? 400, 500 years ago, something?
I've been meaning to ask, are you a member of the old war? Did you fight in the Siege of Terra?
Oh no, I'm not that old. I'm only 1,000 or so years old. I was stolen from my home as a child. I think I was about 6 or 7 years old, and immediately went through the tortures to become a space marine. Eventually, I got put into a screaming woman. Still think that may have been my biological mother, but let's not talk about that. I killed her there, and to this day I don't know if I killed her out of mercy or savagery. I choose to believe I gave her a mercy killing.
Dude, you okay? Do you need to take a break?
Yeah, I'm gonna go clear my head by painting a little model of myself. Enjoy your video discussion.
Yeah, Planet Mercenary. I played this game, I want to say 10 years ago? As a one-shot, if I remember correctly. I actually still have the character sheet too, weirdly enough. This version of the game I'm currently reading was made by 3 people, Howard and Sandra Taylor and Alan Barr, and it was published by Hypernode Press. I paid about $25 for the PDF, but the barcode has a $49 and change on the tag, so physical copy might run you $50. Looking over the front and back covers, and a bit of the inside covers too, you can see this game does not take itself seriously. This is meant to be a fun little space adventure between you and your friends. Looking over the credits, in fact, I think the guy who illustrated this book might have been a concept artist for a few video games too. Neat! They even put acknowledgement sections in this book, and I like this. Has a little paragraph from Howard, Sandra, and Alan. These are neat little additions, just to show that the writers have appreciation for those that were involved, whether it was helping write it or just being there in case. So the character creation starts as chapter 3 on page 56. This is after the game gives you the how to play in chapter 1 and the skills information in chapter 2. There are 7 steps to character creation, and they are as follows. Command package, background, savant type, skills, derived stats, finishing touches, and company creation and equipment. None of these will make any sense when you hear them like that, but that's where the next part of this book comes in, explaining each thing. Command packages are essentially your starting class. You should be making these things with all other players in the room, as things don't overlap, but they do complement each other. Each command package has bonuses to certain skills and has certain abilities. The packages are as follows. Captain. This one gets a boost to economics, contracts, military history, and any one combat skill. There can only be one or none of this package in each group. Chaplains are morale boosters. They get bonuses to dodge, religious history, inspire, or perform, and any one combat skill. Doctors get bonuses to dodge, medicine, xenobiology, and one combat skill and they can repair wounds. Engineers get a bonus to chemistry, engineering, experimental science or mechanics, and 1 combat skill. Ops Commander gets a bonus to empathy or inspire, perception, and 2 combat skills. Legal Counsel gets options as every single skill thing there. They will have the options of deceive or history, empathy or negotiate, dodge or a combat skill, and inspire or a combat skill. And those 2 combat skills, they can stack into 1 apparently, or you could get 2 separate ones. The last one is Quartermaster, who seems to always have a thing you need. Chemistry, dodge, explosives, and any 1 combat skill. Par for the course. Now we have backgrounds, which are essentially what you did before getting into this job. Each background will give a lot more skills and skill options to move forward. We'll need to touch on how the game plays as well, but in a moment. Backgrounds are as follows and do the following. Crime Lord with Deceive, Economics or History, and Inspire or Negotiate. Driver gives you Computers or Mechanic, Ground Vehicles or Water Vehicles, and Perception. Entertainer gives you Athletics or Empathy, Deceive or Thrown Weapons, and Inspire. Medical Professional gives you Empathy, Xenobiology with some specialization, and Medicine. Military Grunt gives you Dodge and 1 combat skill at double the normal boost, or 2 separate combat skills at their normal boost. Military Officer gives you Dodge, Inspire, and 2 to any 1 combat skill. Pilot gives you Influence, Air Vehicles or Space Vehicles, and Stationed Weapons. Scientists give you Experimental Sciences or Perception and any 2 mental skills. Spy gives you Deceive, Dodge, and Negotiate. Street Criminal is the last, and it gives Deceive, Dodge, and either Explosives or Melee. The next part is Savant type. This seems to be your race, the alien species you are. Some will give you bonuses and negatives, some won't do anything at all, but there's also special rules as well for these too. Now, I won't go into details because there's a lot of these and I've already been going on for way too long. Common races are Human, Neophant, Perp, Rilla, and Ursumari. Some of these are obviously what they are. For example, Rilla is a gorilla man. Uncommon ones are, Esperarin, Phobotter, Frelenti, Creely, Polyflorian, Queltro, Tossenigan, Kithrata, I'm gonna have to spell that here, Tossenigan, Oben, and Unyok. Advanced races are robots or AI, and Carbosilicate Amorph. Each may give positives and negatives, or they could give neither or just one, but each one also has a special rule. Next is skills. It essentially just clarifies some stuff. You'll be able to spend some points to increase skills as you go through the game. There's a whole page and change of a table just for this. Then derived statistics, health, defense, and roleplay points. Health is dependent on your skills and race. Defense depends on your skills and maybe gear and some other abilities. And, quote, rips are 3, unless given other things. Roleplay points are used as a counter to mayhem dice, which I'm now realizing this is a dice pool system, to reroll dice, and to sacrifice an NPC or other friendly player to take a hit for you. That's actually kind of neat. Finishing touches are your name and such. Skip that step. And company creation and equipment is the last page. Essentially, give a group a name and get your equipment, which will be allowed or disallowed by your game master, or game chief as this game calls it. This book is beefy. I want to say that. A bit too beefy, honestly. I've played this game before though. I actually bought this book with the assumption that it was a different game, but I made a mistake and that's not important. But this game is rather fun, and it's great to just blow off some steam. I'll give this game an 87%, as it does have some problems with how much is in the book, and the sort of how it just draws shit out like I do at the beginning of every video, so I have to give it a bit of a negative there. All in all, this is fun. You, feeling better, what ya? No? Okay, I'll just, shove off?